Hey friends, I'm continuing my competitive PvP commentary videos. I pick a competitive rank and try to deconstruct why it is popular at those ranks, why they have success with it, and how it can fall flat at high levels of play. This one hangs at a high level. We are at the Platinum tier. To remind y'all, Copper and Bronze were built around really doing everything wrong and still getting some mileage, building around having weaker gun skill, weaker game knowledge, but still getting some sort of benefit that tilts the tide. So for Copper, it was Stag. For Bronze, it was Lorelei. Both of those, you die and you sometimes win. Silver and Gold was 6 Coyote Threadlink spam and Osmio Cold Snap spam. And both of those are like you're using abilities to fill the gap of what you're missing on your player skill journey. And so in Platinum now, we're going a little bit opposite direction of Silver and Gold. This is a player who has their dexterity, their aiming, their mechanics on lock, or at least they're developing it faster than their peers at their certain rank. But they don't necessarily have the big picture game knowledge of Destiny and necessarily the game sense to push them to even higher levels. They're just working through that, and this loadout helps them make more sense of what they could have done good and what they could have done bad each time. Wormhusk does give them a second chance at life, and Ace of Spades opens up the radar so you can be more picky about which fights are beneficial in the given moment. So the combination of both of these allow a player that has good FPS mechanics to thrive when they're just slightly better than the other ranks around them. Now, the next ranks are Adept and Ascendant, which means if you're queuing as a Platinum player, you have a chance to match Golds and you have a chance to match Adepts. Taking this into the max rank, into Ascendant, falls flat for a variety of reasons. Mainly, Well and Bubble exist, and that's spammed. And I'm going to repeat that every single time. We do have Blade Barrage instead of the standard Golden Guns to handle Well of Radiance, and I believe I do blow one up in the gameplay. It also blows up Bubble. And if I was to do the stat split a little bit differently, I guess I have to do that disclaimer every single video. No, not every new player is going to have these stat splits, but they can try to get something close to it. In this case, I went for 7 Resilience because that tanks a 120 hand cannon, at least without Precision Instrument. And not every gunfight is a 1v1, so sometimes you get tagged by 3 Igneous Hammers at once, and this is the difference between living. The difference between 7 and 10 mobility, or even like 6 or 5, is not that big of a difference. Sure, you're relying on your dodge, but this is mostly for explosive plays. Then we want intellect as high as possible. You can either choose to ditch discipline or ditch strength, and then go gambler's dodge if especially you are a shotgunner. You don't have to run trip mine. You can run healing grenade if you want a third chance at life. I prefer the weighted throwing knife because it's like a sniper rifle, and it also helps if you want to proc 2 taps with Ace of Spades. When you have Momentum Mori up, you queue up the knife, get your headshot, and then roll around 2 tapping as long as they're lower resilience, not 10 resilience. Past that, I just took what I could get, min-maxed it for 6s. You don't have to copy this 1-to-1, but I strongly suggest going 7 resilience, 10 recovery, and if you can't even get close to 7, just do 2 resilience or 3 resilience, and then as much mobility as you can get. These are the fragments. These are the mods. Okay, what was I talking about here before I had to do the disclaimer, because I know the comment section lights it up. Okay, I remember. So it falls flat in team play scenarios. And yes, even in solo queue, those team play decisions will turn the tide. What do I mean by this? Well, Wormhusk is selfish. It's for just you. And when you compare it to Dawnblade, Bubble Titan, that's a Rift or a Phoenix dive that heals everybody. Then you have the Titan's plus 40 overshield, or even just the Barricade to face peek for the cost of the Barricade. That's well worth it for your team to get some advantage. So when you compare it, it's just you could have something that's overall better and helps your team have a second chance at a team fight. Sure, you could go Healing Grenade, and that can kind of do the same thing, but they just keep stacking it on top of each other. And so if you're going to bring a Hunter anyway, this is where we start just comparing the opportunity cost. It's not that this is bad, it's that there's other Hunter roles that are slightly better for the team's vision of team play. And this could be Invis Night Stalker realistically playing flanks. This could be Thread Runner with grapple going so fast that you can play flanks. This could be Revenant doing zoning the entire time and Shatter Dive for free info. This could be Arcstrider on Gemini ripping radars and blinking through cover, etc. There are better loadouts once you have the game knowledge to apply it into team play, and that's what this loadout lacks. But for just learning the fundamentals, this will take you very far. This can take you all the way to Ascendant, but you will notice those places where you have to work just a little bit harder than the other team to be valuable on your team. Enjoy the gameplay today. I will see y'all in the next. Today's play session, like the other days, has been very polarizing. It's been mercy or be mercied. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You just don't feel like you have any influence over the match, even if you play your best every match. So maybe this one's different. I'm just going to focus on the fundamentals and feeding y'all some tips. First things first, need to pay attention to how many teammates are abandoning the home flag, because then I will help them. Looks like 0, so I'm going to B. I'm not looking to fight B, I just want to delay them a little bit. Nice. That jug shield is rough to deal with. I have Wormhusk go up. And I'm being chased by another Wormhusk. That's funny. Get a new angle for my team. Match his timing. My fault, bad aiming. That was a really, really high jump though. Luckily, my team got the power ammo in time. With Ace, I should not be hip firing as much as I am. I have an orb near me, so I get a lot of health back. Get my orb and go. Save my dodge for Mori. I'm outnumbered. Let's get out. Keep getting angles on him. Keep pre-firing. I don't like this. Yeah, I should have ditched earlier. Shouldn't have done that. There we go. Oh, this has started something good now. Keep rotating. Two. Nice, that Radiant's gonna help. I kinda wanna break this. And like I said, mercy or be mercied. Well, so much for enjoying Endless Veil. Aim wasn't that great, but like the shotgun versus hand cannon decision making, pretty good. And Using my cover was okay. Could do a lot better though, so expect a second gameplay. Going to be... Depending on how many opponents are there, I'll either concede or fight. If it's like 1 or 2, I'll just slow them down. But if it's 3, I'm definitely out. Always look through those little windows to face peek it. Have my radar booster on. Took the safe path. Still waiting. Now I'm peeking. I almost don't want him to know I'm here. Let's see, do I have a teammate ready to step on the flag? I do, so I'm pushing up. I'm gonna shoot some in the back here. I still have a trip mine. That's a riff. We lose it, but if teammates peek anyway, I'm gonna have to help them. Alright, well I need to recover all my health anyway. Ace of Spades ripped it. Nice. Let's start getting some numbers. Only took 1 out that fight. How? How does that even happen? Whatever. Just do damage. That was my one ticket to being able to deal with the other players' teammate doing any damage right there. But I'll just focus on what I'm in control of now. Huge, good teams. He's gonna fly forward with a shotgun in a sec. Trying to keep them off my teammate. Be ambiguous with my timing. Nice. I can't get him out. Just gonna focus on power ammo. Nice, we got it. We have an opportunity for teams before we get crossfired. Nice. Good shot. We're weakened. Let's try to get to the crouch head glitch. There we go. The one time you teabag strafe and it makes a difference. There's some intimidation to it too, that like maybe I get him to pop a well of radiance if I notice that's the player. Want to make sure the well sword is visible. Alright, Nova on B. Had to burn my marksman dodge to get rid of that. That's too many. That's way too many. They don't have a super. That pulse nade's gonna rip this in half. Oh, hold on. Save bullets. I'm gonna need these bullets. There we go. Let's make sure I'm reloaded. Excellent. Now they have an anti-well of radiance. Stay on the head glitch. That is why you stay on the head glitch. We got another power ammo. Now I'm gonna snake this angle. He probably didn't even see me. This time I'm gonna put a couple shots in. I'm just gonna hold this crouch now. See if I can get first shot. Huge. It's a difference maker. I think he's bottom floor. I'm gonna ditch to help my team. I'm paying attention to that missile. If he missiled me, I'm dropping down below this area. I'll probably show you what that means. I'm not taking an ego gel. That's stupid. Yeah. Just paying attention to if we get hit from a different angle. I know I got an orb on the floor. That could be a second blade barrage, so I'm gonna go collect these. And then, yeah, that's a lot of supers. Like I said, I have a plan of action if they panic super on me. Trying not to block his straight path, but I also want to help. Huge. Oh, hold on. We want this angle. Wasn't for the rerun, that was for the multi-kill. That's fine. Still playing for the anti-super. I'm gonna show you this in a private match. Maybe it'll come up one day. If I stand on that flag, we win. Okay, maybe I just show you now. So step 1, and then step 2 is to do the same thing opposite. You want to barely tap that space bar so that your head doesn't bonk off the ceiling as quickly. So you'll see a lot if you watch this gameplay back of me just trying to pre-aim my crosshair where the radar indicates that the only place that they can possibly be, so that I'm not surprised that much. I did get surprised a little bit, but some things are kind of inevitable. I want to show you. With 6 players, it's kind of inevitable to keep track of 6 players simultaneously. With 3s, it's a lot easier, which is why I suggest this to be, what is it, Platt's strongest warrior? Multiplex. So overall review of this loadout, it's bread and butter. It gets the job done. This is for those players that are lower on the Destiny like knowledge base, but just have good fundamentals. Is a good FPS player, good dexterity, mechanics, whatever you want to call it. All that combined, you just have a second chance with Wormhusk. And that second chance like chains into kills, by the way, because that could be Memento Mori. That could be you get a third person glimpse of the battlefield. You pick up an orb of light, you get instant full health. And that little third-person glimpse of the battlefield, that can turn into, like, hand cannon, shotgun swap, cleanup. I'll put a clip right now, just to, like, show you how potent the shotgun can be with the dodge. Okay. Let's see if I hit this first try. Huge. Yeah, very, very simple. And then another one is, like, someone's right here. You hit them with this. And you can also, depending on what character you are, make it to power ammo. It can be very, very ambiguous with where you end up. That's why I like triple jump. Never tried this direction. Yeah, I didn't get it. But anyway, that's some map knowledge for you. There's a lot of little cheeky spots on this map that you can climb and whatnot, but that's the most relevant to me because I got a Wii ran on that game. When you get a Wii ran, people start memorizing your name and they are prepared to throw the kitchen sink at you. Like every ability, they're super, whatever. And so my goal while holding this position is like, psych, you thought, then end up right here, wait a second, and then navigate my way back and then gun somebody. So, yeah. Hope you learned something new on this one. See y'all in the next.